Hello and welcome to another World of Tanks video. I'm Org and this time I'm going to be showing you two games in my Type 58, which is the newest tank in my garage. Is that right? Yes it is. It's kind of sad because I've played about 40 odd games in this thing. But anyway, it's the Tier 6 Chinese medium, and like the Chinese mediums before it, I suppose it's probably characterised by a really good DPM on a pretty mobile chassis. And the one big weakness of this tank is that it's got poor gun depression. So we are defending here, and the position you see me in is actually pretty good for tanks with poor gun depression because you don't have to aim down at anything. The downside of it is that, well, the enemy can hide behind that little ridge line and you can't get shots off on them. And you also need your team to go up and spot for you. But there's a medium tank on my team heading down to do that, and there's the Leopard. With a big decent shot in. But our second misses and it's back behind cover. And we got hit by an E25 and artillery just missed us. Another downside of this position is that it's not particularly artillery safe. So I pull back around to here, which is actually even less artillery safe, but it's more E25 safe. And of course the enemy's popped up behind me, so there's a KV-1S there, but it's just stuck behind cover, so I'll get in behind cover as well. KV-1S, it's only tier 5 now, but it's still got a pretty powerful derp gun. There it is, just poking out, and I was going for the tracks, and I realised I can see its turret. If I can see its turret, it probably means its gun can see me, so I pull back in. Still represents a smaller target, figuring no way to be able to hit me at that range. Oh, it's all there. But no, I don't really have a shot, and I got hit by artillery, I'm going to assume again. But there are targets behind me. An SU-100, the building's in the way. There's that E-25 that shot me earlier. It's down behind that ridge. So this isn't looking good. Our team's losing quite a bit, and I have barely contributed and lost half my health. Oh, there's a T-25 out in the open. It's a nice little premium tank, the T-25. Let's see, look at this rate of fire. They're doing 160 odd damage every shot. Not actually bad for tier 6. I mean, it's not great, but with couple it with that rate of fire, it's got a pretty massive DPM. So I'm looking for a shot on the SU-100. And I take a shot, get a hit, and that one's killed. But I've got no one to spot for me down this flank. So I'm going to go help out my friendly T-150 fighting that enemy Chi-Ri there. And the idea I had was to go quickly through this sneaky passage and help out my teammate, but my skills didn't quite make up for the whole go quickly part of that. And by the time I get to the Chi-Ri's gone. And it's coming around to flank. Okay, well that T-150's dead. There's now an SU-100 and a KV-1S pushing up on me. So I'll go into a bit of a side-scraping position. My arm is not particularly thick, but it is well angled. And my tracks absorb most of the damage there. Put a shot into the SU-100. And I take a hit, but I put a second shot through the cupola. Take a shot from the KV-1S there, but my tracks are back up, and I know it's just fine, it's got a long reload, so I'm heading around after it. I'm not going to let this one decide the tempo of the battle here. Let's put one shot in and it misses, and then I take a stupid shot. I should have stopped and actually aimed. And, well, got to get one more to get the kill, and that time I stopped and aimed. off hunting after the Chi-Ri, and it's around behind me. I put a shot in, but I'm not going to get in, lucky again. So you see, I went from about 170 damage up to 1800 damage in no time at all. We'll just watch the end of this game, because as you see our team's losing, 9-11. But this T-34-1 knows what they're doing. Kills the Cheery there. Takes a hit from the T-150. But it can circle this one pretty easily. Oops, bounces there. And well, our team finished that one off. So it's just the Su-122-44 and 3 artillery pieces left on the enemy team. So should win this. The E-25 is already conceding defeat. I know, but our teams all split up. The Su-122-44 could theoretically kill them all one by one if it weren't stuck in the dragon's teeth. If you look close, you can even see that it's stuck with its gun facing the wrong way. So yeah, it really is a good game. Also, 3 kills T-34-1, but you don't need to see the rest of that. So yeah, that was a second class mastery. You see 1800 damage, 800 experience, and well, at the time that was actually the best game I've had in the Type 58 so far. I get lots of games where I do 1500, 1600 damage just because you can rack it up pretty quickly, but so far I haven't got a first class mastery badge yet. Well, anyway, here we are on Windstorm, I think this one's called, and I was initially heading up along the northern corridor, but then I see that it's just me and 2 light tanks heading up this way, so I decide to bail, especially since I'm a tier 6 tank and this is a tier 8 game, so I'm not going to be able to hold that flank by myself. Instead of moving down to this more central position. Our team's gone heavily into the town with all the heavy tanks, so hopefully we can just delay long enough that those guys can push right through. T-25-2, and I'm hoping I can get shots on it here. Yep, 1 shot in. And my second just goes in. Just like that, 332 damage done. I don't really want to go around this corner because anything that can damage a 112 can damage me. This is T-25-2 again, but my shot misses. And I'm not going to get a chance this second. Okay, there's enemies popped up behind us as well. Quite surprised that went in. I thought the I-6s had quite thick side armour, but well, I suppose we can get lucky every once in a while. I was initially thinking I would head up and flank this Su-152, but well, that was kind of stupid of me. The I-6 didn't notice me until I shot it, and then I bounced off it twice. But it's not noticing me now, or it's ignoring me I should say. But another shot in through the side there, and well, it burns to death. Now the 112 behind me's just died, after being rushed by a bunch of enemy tanks. Chinese light tank gets killed after I put a shot into it. Rhino-tailed Borsig, again I put a shot in and dodge its return shot. Second shot misses. Chinese guns aren't the most accurate, but the Borsig's dead now. And there's a bunch of enemy tanks pushing onto the cap, and there's also an Su-100 just around this corner. And it's just a case of see what I can do. Su-100's pushing around, so I'm pulling back. That shot bounced, but considering the angle that its upper glacis was at, it's not surprising. I tried to track it, but missed and just did some damage, but it ignores me and lets me kill it, basically. I can see an MT-25, which I take a shot at but miss, and the FCM-50T. And put one shot in the FCM, and it puts a big hit into me. I suppose anything's a big hit when you're getting shot at by a tier 8 and you're only a tier 6, but yeah. So I'm waiting for the FCM to pop out. It wasn't out quite long enough. A little bit more. If you can't tell, the enemy's capping, but I'm pretty confident. Well, I can see an E25 and a WZ something or other heading back, so I'm pretty confident they can decap. And there's an IS rushing me. So, well, I died, but I managed to do 1600 damage before I went out, and a lot of that was to tier 8 tanks. So I was pretty happy with the result, and now I'm just kind of hoping that my team can get the enemies in the cap circle. This T-150 is charging back in. Oh, and there we spotted the MT-25. And, well, it dies quite quickly. And now there's only 3 tanks left on the enemy team. Just watch this T-150 push up and it should get the kill on the FCM-50T here. It's getting rushed by so many tanks that it's not going to be able to last in this situation. And the T-150 bounces off the rear of its turret. Having a look around, but most of these tanks are nowhere near where the enemy is. But this AMX-50-100 is having a standoff with the T-29, and well, it's kind of obvious the 50-100's reloading, so they're going to play the whole chase around the building game for a bit. Friendly tanks have shown up, but the T-29, well, it was focusing on the AMX-50 still, but now it's got other things to worry about. And the AMX-50's reloaded. Oh, so that was a nice game. If you didn't notice, I got the Confederate medal. I shot lots of tanks once or twice, but didn't kill many of them. I actually came 3rd in experience, and quite high up. And I think that was actually 3rd in damage done, which is pretty good considering I was a tier 6 tank in a tier 8 game. And well, anyway, that's the Type 58. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.